I've always made these points in several other instances. I have seen chief directors in public institutions, I've seen public servants who had room to implement certain reforms or take certain actions, but they took decisions that they felt benefited them in that moment, retired eventually, and later they had to face the brunt of the same things they put in place. And that, for me, is a reason why I want all of us to be careful. The day or the moment I saw Ken's image on the Interpol Red Notice, I was very sad, extremely sad. To date, we are yet to properly understand what crime Ken would have committed. All we know is that the OSP says, I'm looking for the former finance minister to ask him questions related to certain issues, SML and other things, including National Cathedral and so many other things. So Ken may just well show up, you ask him questions, he answers, and you may not even have anything to prefer against him as charges. So I listen to the OSP and it's as if there's an ego bruise somewhere, to be very honest. All I see is that aspect of the point you made where you feel like, why are you trying to get a preferential treatment? Why do you think you should be special? For me, that is what I see the OSP attempting to do, to simply prove that you're no special. You are no different human being than all the others. That's why
on Newsfile, SP Kiseja being told me that they don't consecrate saints. Is that not the kind of independent prosecutor you want for yourself?
We wish him well. I am only saying that what I see, my observation, even when he's speaking about the matter, you know, when people are talking, you look at them, the emotions they bring out, the body language, the posture. My view is that he's showing somebody who feels that my ego is bruised. I need to show you where power lies.
Ego is bruised by
Ken.
How?
Maybe he feels that I have requested for you, you are not showing up, you are not coming, and all of that. But some say, let's come to the fact, as I have seen Ken's lawyers. So you are looking for him. He communicated to you that he was a what? In fact, after the time you were looking for him, he wasn't in the country. It is not as if he was in the country and you were looking for him before he went. No, he had written to the chief of staff long before. There was even change of government. And before you even started looking for him. Then he communicated to you that he wasn't well. Then he requested for a period, which you were even magnanimous to even add, I think, a month. Now his lawyers have circulated, which they didn't have to do, have circulated letters from his hospital, indicating clearly that his doctors are advising him against traveling until a certain surgery has been performed. We have seen that letter. OSP, as I have seen in their release, says that they haven't seen the letter. Fair point. The lawyers indicate that they have communicated a letter to the OSP. It's their words against each other, but that's not relevant. The key point here is that the man isn't well. Long before now, since 2020, it's been public knowledge. Why do you think a special prosecutor, with all the experience he has, would stand on national TV and indicate that somebody has cancer? When this person claimed that he hasn't even seen the letter, but he said it on TV, at least I saw it and heard him, that he said he has cancer and going to perform surgery, so you have this information. In the first place, putting out that information by you and not by the person himself is a challenge, it's a problem. But he did it. And that is one of my evidence to make me believe that there's a certain ego breeze in there. Then beyond that, the person comes back through his lawyers and say, why are you doing this? Why are you putting out our personal records and all of that out there? Indeed, we have communicated to you that the person isn't well. His lawyers are advising against him traveling. He has a scheduled surgery date. Is it on June 13th? At least we have seen the letter, so we have every cause to believe the lawyers. And Mayo Clinic is a reputable health institution that, in the face of their credibility, Ken is not so much of a person that they will write such a letter to cover. Mayo Clinic will not do that. Anybody that knows Mayo Clinic would know that of all the patients they have, Ken is not one that they would cook up something to cover. But even if the person they are cooking something to cover, this is health matter. Now, like Council Kofi said, if I was Ken, seeing all that has been happening in the past 2-3 months, and indeed, I have such a medical condition, I would not show up. I would prefer to be alive than to come and be put through a certain treatment that right now I cannot guarantee, because right now in this country, you cannot even guarantee your treatment, and you cannot guarantee how you'll be handled by all these agencies when you are arrested. We've seen all that has happened in the past 3 months to people who have been picked up only on suspicion. Some, there were press conferences to date, even charges have not been preferred against them, and we are still going back and forth and all of that. So if I was Ken, and if the condition that they claim he has is what he has, something, I will not come. I wouldn't mind you putting me on Interpol red notice, so long as I'm alive.
Hey, Interpol red notice.
Because why? I would come and die.
Don't say that.
No. Hold on. But you've already put me. Is there anything I can do about it? You've already put me there. So why should I come and be put through a situation that could cost my life? Why? Why should I do that? With the treatment we've seen, we saw Wontumi come out
What do you mean by a situation that would cost your life?
We saw Wontumi come out of EOCO and his left legs were almost numb.
Oh, really?
Yes. But the videos are there.
His left legs were almost numb.
Yes, we saw it. We saw it with our eyes. So Samson, the fact is this. We were in this country when the OSP himself told us that he flew from this country to London to go and interrogate President Mohammed's brother in London. He said it on TV, that he went to London to go and interrogate President Mohammed's brother in London. So the OSP clearly...
Samuel Adams, the Airbus scandal.
Yes. So the OSP clearly has a precedence of actually going out to the country to go and talk to supposed suspects. So if you have done that for Mr. Samuel Mahama, and you have somebody on the basis of empathy, humanity, telling you that I'm not well, I have a scheduled surgery, I am even ready to have this conversation with you via electronic platforms, which is allowed by law. Doesn't the law allow that? I
don't know which law.
No, but doesn't the law allow that?
I don't know which law.
No, we have.
We take evidence by...
We can do that. Yes.
Evidence.
Yes.
Yeah. Prosecution.
Yes.
We take evidence by you.
When you are investigating.
Yes.
We take evidence in court by video.
Hold on, just 1 second. So I've heard that claim in the public since you're a lawyer.
Yes.
You say we take evidence by video, right?
In court, we take evidence by video.
Thank you. What did you say?
In court.
In court.
Yes.
Okay.
And the suggestion is that if in court it can be done, then in an investigation it should be possible to do so.
By which law?
No. I said the suggestion is...
those who are saying, he just said there is a law. Okay. Have you asked them to point you to the law?
So just for the sake of public, education.
Right.
I do not, it's not everything that is done simply because there's a law. I see no impediment to the OSP taking an interview by video.
To caution somebody?
Yes, I see no impediment.
But what is the caution process?
Wait.
Can you caution somebody on video?
You are going, hold on. When it comes to arrest, the law requires you to physically touch the person.
Correct.
And read the person's Miranda rights and whatever it is.
Correct.
At this point, the OSP is seeking an interview. You may want to arrest the person, okay? But at this point, my understanding, you are seeking an interview.
What is the context of the interview? Supposing that I were your client and the OSP invited me. If you are taking me to the OSP, what sort of interview do you think you are taking me to?
I don't know. It's they who invited me. And given the circumstance, I may not accept the invitation. So the OSP will have to come where I am.
But you will advise me that going there potentially means that I could be cautioned.
Yes.
So can you do that cautioning in law? Can you do that cautioning by video?
So see, you are playing both sides. Listen, you are invited not to be arrested. You are invited to be part of the investigation. They question you, etc. If you are told, come here and let us arrest you, I don't think anybody will go.
But they never say, come, let's arrest you.
You're not getting me. So if the...
Relax. So
relax.
If as my client...
another time.
Relax. Your time is going. It's okay, we'll come to you. Relax, please.
If as my client, you are called by the police and they say, come and let us arrest you, 100% of the time, I will say, don't go. But if they invite you and say, come, we are looking to interview you, I will say, make yourself available. So I'm saying, to the extent that they have not told Ken, come and let us arrest you, but we want your presence as part of the investigation. The Constitution says in Article 19 that you don't have any responsibility to participate. But he says that if it is for an interview, I am prepared to give you an interview on video. I see no impediment for doing that. So if it is arrest they want, they should make it clear.
Okay. But you know in practice, as a lawyer, that when they extend an interview, an invitation to you, it's a courtesy. They really say, we don't want to come and, hassle you to the place. So when you are going there, you know that you'll be cautioned. And the caution process cannot be done by video, correct?
It's not always that I've taken many people to the police where they were not cautioned, they were interviewed and released. So the point I am making is, if you are going to arrest the person 100% by all means, don't give them a courtesy. Tell them, come and let me.
But even where they were interviewed and they didn't give a caution statement, they may have given an ordinary statement and asked to go.
I mean, just warned and, or in fact, there have been times where it was to seek information. And when they got the information, they let the person go.
All right, thank you. That's fine. Now, let's move on. Yes.
So the point...
You were talking about Adams,
yes,
Samuel Adams Mahama.
And I don't want to pick, and I'm not picking on Adams Mahama.
Now wait.
Because of his name.
Do you know, as a matter of fact, that he's a citizen of the country to which the OSP had to attend?
Okay. So, in precedence, the OSP wanting to speak to somebody, whether he's a Ghanaian, he's an American, he's a whatever, did not put the person on Interpol red notice. The OSP went to the person. And again, let me put it on record. It has nothing to do with his name. Or the matter.
They are suspects and they are potential witnesses. They are treated differently.
I beg you. As far as we know, and that's why I'm saying that where we have gotten to is an ego bruised. Because as far as we know, this whole Ken Ofori Atta matter started from come and let's have a conversation. That is where it started. It has only escalated. But that is where it started.
Okay.
It didn't start from you are under arrest or we are coming to arrest you. It started from we need you to talk to you and ask you certain questions. It has only escalated. I am saying that if the OSP of the Republic of Ghana ever had a cause to travel out of the jurisdiction to go and speak to somebody on a subject matter, then the OSP, on the basis of humanity, could easily have traveled to wherever Ken Ofori Atta is, speak with him. If he doesn't want to do the video conversation, in fact, one of the things he could have done is that you could go to him, which he was going to grant you anyway, and then when you finish, you say you are under arrest. I'm taking you back to the country without all this drama and gimmicks. I am only saying this. When we are making commentary about these things, we need to be careful. You made a point about the Interpol red notice. The fact is that on the Interpol red notice, there is nowhere that indicates that he is not guilty or is innocent. No, there's nothing there. I'm looking at it. It is clear. It's as if he's a criminal. It's there.
I'm projecting the OSP wanted notice to you. He says, I'm telling you, Interpol red notice. He says no law enforcement agency must be able to declare somebody wanted without a court order. That's the point I'm coming to. And he says the OSP's declaration makes him like a convict being treated the same way like
but that is what the Interpol red notice is. Okay. It's making any.
There was a specific purpose. That's what I did. So I'm going to project that to you. My producers are projecting it.
So the Interpol,
I want for everybody to follow.
On the Interpol red notice, honestly speaking, if this is what we have put the former finance minister in, no matter how much you dislike him, no matter how much he irks you, no matter how much he pisses you off, at this rate, at this point where nobody has confirmed that he has committed any crime. In fact, the operators of some of the things we hear, you mentioned, are still walking around this country. We haven't heard that they've been arrested. We haven't heard that they've been arraigned before court. The bottom line is, if you strongly felt that Ken Ofori Atta has committed a crime, for which reason you could go as far as putting him on an Interpol red notice, which for me tells me clearly that you are clear in your mind he's committed a crime. Go to court.
Okay,
because today, even if Ken Ofori Atta shows up in Ghana, he could come and sit with you for 3 hours and not say anything.
That's right.
And all you can do is simply take whatever evidence you have to go to court. When
he will sign a caution statement.
When he meets you there, then he can also defend himself.
Okay,
I think that apart from bruised ego and somebody just trying to show him where power lies, this is completely wrong.
So look at what you are seeing on the television. wanted by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. The name is Ken Ofori Atta. Then it gives you his bio, and then they give you the reasons for which he is wanted. They list them that the suspect is wanted to answer charges in respect of several cases, including strategic mobilization, GRA contract, termination of ECG, BXC contract, National Cathedral payments, ambulance procurement contract, and tax refund account utilization. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of this individual should alert the office by calling or sending a WhatsApp message to, they provide the number, and they give you a serial number contact. If we move forward, let's go on. There is all right. So at the very bottom of it, and when you go to the OSP's website, at the very bottom of it, which I was asking my producers to do, I'm holding a copy here. It says legal disclaimer. Correct. That's what you have seen there. Legal disclaimer. All persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So this is what I'll do.
Didn't capture this.
So Interpol